Guys, Doc Rivers has the dual role of coach and GM with the Clippers. But if you ask him, it's much the same as his role before. He said there really is no actual difference in the two roles, except when you do disagree. The only difference now is if I really disagree, I get my way. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. And it's probably easier to straddle those roles when the mandate is win now. That's a coach's mentality anyway. Steve, when you reach this midway point of the season, are teams looking forward to the All-Star break as a chance to get some rest?
I think so, Kevin, but there are some teams that are steamrolling right into the All-Star break. They're playing well. You want to keep playing, but I think every team needs some rest. And what I love now is there's longer breaks in the All-Star break, giving the guys a few more extra days.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Clippers, the forwards are Baumute and Griffin. Veteran backcourt with CP3 and Redick at the 1 and the 2. And it's Jordan in at the center position. Now, here's Baumute. From 18 feet away. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Griffin's got the opening field goal of the game for the Clippers. Grant with the ball. Lopez outside. Pass to Wade. Tries to save it. Lopez with the ball. Now guarded by Redick. Lopez with another miss. Chicago on defense. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
They were just locked really in a zone from a team defense standpoint, and nobody ever got stuck on an island. There was always somebody providing help, and the communication was tremendous.
When you're playing that type of defense, talking is key, and they did a superb job of doing that.
And here is Paul. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Here's Grant following the basket by Chris Paul. Grant kicks to Lopez. Looking for Wade, he gets it there. Jordan with the rebound.
Only 1 of 4 to start, looking to find that rhythm.
Redick passes to Paul. Back to Redick. Shot clock at 6. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Bulls have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Butler dishes to Wade. Lopez kicks to Butler. Back to Lopez, and stolen by Jordan. Down low, here's Griffin. Chicago grabs the miss.
Wow, how do you miss from that close? That wide open, painful.
Grant gets a wide open look, and the Bulls with another miss.
Yeah, suffering from a very cold start. They've already missed 4 out of 5 from the field.
Chicago shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he knocks down the first one.
Whether they win a title or not or go deep in the playoffs, this has certainly been a fantastic era for the Clippers. Always competitive, the most sustained success they've ever had.
And he makes both free throws. Without a doubt, as you said, Smitty, this has been the golden age of Clipper basketball. With this Clipper franchise, a long streak of making the playoffs and having won the division a few times as well.
It means a lot for this franchise. They have been down in the dumpsters for a long time. No matter what this team accomplished, Clipper fans have to be proud of the way this team has played the last half-decade.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Paul kicks to Redick. From the stripe. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
The mid-range jumper has become a routine part of Blake Griffin's game.
Now, here's Grant. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Shot left block, and there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Lopez. Wade's got his first points of the game. Paul kicks to Griffin to the left side wing. Mbamute, offensive rebound. He dishes it to Jordan. In transition, here come the Bulls. Grant, that's good.
It doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
He thrives in the open court. Such an aggressive finisher.
Now, here's Redick. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Uncovered. Off the left rim and out.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
Wade gets the bucket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Paul. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Lopez passes to Butler. There's the triple. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Mbamute dishes to Griffin. Paul for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Paul's got 5 points so far.
You can put a hand in Chris Paul's face, but he's used to that. He can still nail it.
Grant kicks to Portis. Grant outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Butler against Mbamute. Outside Griffin. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it. There was no defense present there whatsoever. Anyone could have made that wide open shot.
Paul kicks to Griffin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Blake Griffin, a terrific player, but the first thing you think about with Blake Griffin is flying high and dunking the basketball, a highlight reel.
Now, Steve, as you said, there are other great dunkers in the league, but for in-game dunks, Blake Griffin is just one of the best. He's on that short list of feared players.
Yes, he has the body and size to take the bump, and you know he can go over people, but a lot of times he likes to go through you. He sheds off contact and still gets several feet above the rim.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Iritic comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Payne in for Jaren Grant. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And with the Bulls, there are so many great moments to choose from, but in your view, Steve, what do you think is the defining moment for this Bulls franchise?
From a playing standpoint, you can't help but think of when Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot to win the finals over Byron Russell. First title over the Lakers was right up there too, but that one's the biggest one for me.
Butler from outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Crawford.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Rivers, he's checked in for Chris Paul.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Blake Griffin. In the second half of this season, he's been nothing short of spectacular. 14th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
Clippers trail by 4. Rivers kicks to Griffin. Over in the corner, Mbamute. Rivers passes to Griffin. Lets it go from 14. Yep, it counts. Griffin's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot taking advantage of the mismatch.
That's his shot. And with his size, even the defense up on him, they're still not going to be able to block it.
Now here's Butler. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. Redick against Wade. Redick dishes to Rivers. They double-team Griffin. Rivers kicks to Griffin. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Now Butler. 5 points in the game. Pass to Payne. Back to Butler. 5 to shoot. Shot on the wing. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Rivers passes to Griffin. They double-team Griffin. Back to Rivers. To the right side. Mbah-a-Moute. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Chicago has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. The Clippers trail. Rivers dishes to Jordan. Back to Rivers. Mirotic against Griffin. And it's Jordan atop the key. Outside, Redick. Jordan with a screen on Wade. The game now all time. Redick's got his first points of the night. Here's Payne. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And stolen by Redick. That shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And it's Wade in the corner. Trying to get back on track. Here's Lopez. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Lopez has got 6.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
And Redick kicks to Griffin. Outside for Redick. Griffin a screen on Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Rivers. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And a brief look now at who's leading the league in the rebound department. DeAndre Jordan third.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Chicago leading. Wade with it. Last game he had 12. Here's Mirotic. Off target from three-point range.
Not a good pick there. If I'm shooting the ball and I'm looking at him, I'm asking, where is the effort? You've got to do a better job of screening.
Most of DeAndre's field goals are dunks. Exceptional at getting great position down inside.
Here's Payne after the Clippers pick up 2. Lopez outside. Now the dish to Wade. Back to Lopez. 4 on the clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely, and even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
That free throw good from Wade. Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic in improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. Wade's ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game.
And And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take a beating when they are attacking the basket. Wade has missed a lot of games, but he's been healthy when it matters most. He's also done a good job to adjust his game to be a danger when he's not barreling through the lane.
Rivers can't get it to go. Chicago leading by 4. Payne kicks to Mirotic. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Riven sets the screen for Rivers. .58 seconds left to play in the first. That shot missing.
It has not been an easy quarter for him offensively, but I like that he's staying aggressive.
Bulls moving the ball around. The shot by Wade, wide open. He goes up again, and the layup by Mirotic. And it's an 8-point Bulls lead.
Mirotic is a hustler out there. He takes pride in staying active on the glass.
Oh, that's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Here's Rivers, and he's good on the 3-ball. Rivers has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And Laverne kicks to Wade. Passes it to Payne. 6 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Just 4 seconds left in the first. With 1 on the clock, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Bulls lead by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
And they really are just giving them no breathing room out there. They have completely flustered them and set the pace of this game in their favor.
They've got Laverne. Rajon Rondo is out there with Payne. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Zipser in at the small forward spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Crawford. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
For the Clippers, Jordan comes in for Mbamute. And it's Paul in for Austin Rivers. Here's Rondo. 8 points his last outing. And Laverne kicks to Mirotic. Misses the 3.
No defensive pressure. That's a three-point attempt he loved to have back.
Paul passes to Jordan.
You know, he's standing 6'11", 265 pounds. DeAndre Jordan remains an absolute force in this league. A big guy who is hard to contain. DeAndre Jordan is a guy that will rebound the basketball, block shots, But what I like about right now is becoming an offensive threat, being able to run the floor and make an impact on both ends.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. Butler, he's checked in for Payne. And he's good on the second. The Bulls leading by 5. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Chris Paul is still in search of his first NBA title. He said he used to think about it as a personal goal. But then he said at some point it clicked and became, we're going to do this. I think all of us are at that point. It's clear he's invested in this team. He said there's no question this is where I want to be. I want to win. Here. Kevin?
All right, thanks, D.A. He's got talent around him for sure.
Blake took off like a rocket on that alley-oop.
Woo! They set the pick. Here's Mirotic. Kicks it to Rondo. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Butler. He feeds it to Laverne. He kicks it to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mirotic. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 6. Paul dishes to Griffin. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Griffin's got 6 points in the quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Hits it from three-point range. Laverne's got his second basket of the night.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Jordan with a screen on Rondo. Paul with the 3. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Butler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now the feed to Laverne. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And now a 10-point Bulls lead.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And the Clippers call time here. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Getting good production from the reserves on a daily basis is a key ingredient to any team's success.
Changes for Chicago. Portis comes in for Mirotic. And it's Jaren Grant in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Felton. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Dishes it to Paul. Griffin with it. Working on Portis. That's tipped.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
And when you can win the transition games, that means you're getting easy looks, and that could demoralize a defense.
Here's Paul. After Jaren Grant's bucket, connects from three-point range. Well, Steve, you won a sportsmanship award that is revered by so many in the NBA and always a Pretty significantly even-keeled disposition. Always first class with the media. One of the best guys always in the league to talk to. We see other players like, Kevin Garnett, Russell Westbrook, a little bit more fiery. What are the advantages to either approach?
It is. I mean, it's just preference. I was a guy who was kind of fiery, like a lot of talkative, but I think also just like those guys, we get a chance to know more about them off the court. They are good guys. You have different depositions on the floor than off. And I like Kevin Garnett and Russell Westbrook, totally different off the court.
Well, I know Garnett. He is as good a guy as there is.
He is. He's first class. Now on the court,
tough competitor.
He'll go at you.
He will.
Just like Russell.
Yes. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Crawford.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Grant kicks to Laverne. Grant the pass to Zipser. He dishes it to Laverne. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for the Bulls.
I'll tell you what, their guards have certainly pulled their weight on the glass, helping the big secure it. It's something that coaches harp on all the time. Team rebounding has certainly been one of the positives here tonight.
That free throw good from Laverne. So many great players have played for the Clippers, but right now we could be watching 2 of the all-time best with Paul and Griffin definitely on the short list for the title of all-time greatest Clipper players.
I totally agree with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Those 2 definitely can claim as one of the best Clippers to ever play the game. But you also have to count back to when the Clippers were the Buffalo Braves. You could throw a name like Bob McAdoo in there.
It's been this way for a long time, but once again, the Bulls were #1 in fan attendance in the NBA at the United Center. Such great support from Chicago, who Steve, continue to fill up this great arena every time out.
There's no question Chicago Bulls fans are some of the best in the business. Give a lot of credit to those Michael Jordan Bulls. This team has had a following for years and years.
Now Grant following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Shot clock at 5. Fires from the corner. Grant, that's good. Grant's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Paul outside. Griffin kicks to Paul. And the wide open shot from Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got 5 now.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Grant the pass to Portis. Back to Grant. Bulls moving the ball around. Zipser's shot is off.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And here is Paul. 8 points for him. Redick. Redick can't get that one to fall.
And at a time they really need him to shoot well. The exact opposite is what's happening.
Laverne dishes to Grant. Here's Zipser, covered by Redick. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You love the closeout on that possession.
I love it because you don't give up on the play. Just that little contest bothered his shot.
Here's Zipser. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And Redick kicks to Paul. Here's Griffin. Chicago grabs the miss. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Grant. And it's off from 3-point range. Redick for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Portis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Grant the pass to Zipser. Back to Grant. And there's the pass to Portis. And stolen by Redick. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Redick's got the ball. Got that one up quick. Redick's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Redick really pulls up fast when the defense steps off him. This is a shot he's hit throughout his career.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
2 shots. Chris Paul is one of those players that has all the individual accolades, but he has pressure to win a ring. When you start to look at Chris Paul, the window is closing a little bit. Hopefully he can get a chance to win one.
And for Paul, it's strange that a player of his talent, Steve, has yet to make it to a conference finals. It's amazing, in fact. Part of the problem is just facing stacked teams, it seems, every season in the West.
Yeah, it is. I think for CP3, I mean, getting a chance to just play in the finals with a dream come true, just having that opportunity. You said it best. It is so tough in the West to get to the Western Conference Finals.
Pass to Zipser, feeds it to Lopez. Wade on the wing, defended by Paul. T-Wade on the wing. He has 6. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Now here's Rivers. Pass to Jordan. Paul outside. Puts up a 3. Chicago grabs the miss. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Payne dishes to Lopez. Looking for Wade. He gets it there. 5 on the clock, and it's good. 2 points. Wade's got 8.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Jordan sets the pick for Paul. The dish to Redick. Rivers in the corner. It's a floater. He lays it in. Rivers has got his second basket.
Beautiful looking teardrop. That's a shot that almost impossible to block.
Now Payne. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lopez kicks to Wade. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Big difference from the first quarter to the second. His shot looks completely in rhythm now.
Amute, a screen on Wade, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that is why DeAndre is such a high percentage shooter. Wow.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting 43% from the field. Lopez a screen. Right wing. He hits Portis atop the key. Passes it to Payne. And the shot goes in. Payne's got his first bucket of the night.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Mbamute with it. Working on Portis. Mbamute the pass to Rivers. Paul for 3. It's rebounded by Portis.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Now here's Wade. 10 points for him. Inside, Mbamute with the steal. And Redick kicks to Mbamute. Good on the three-point shot. Mbamute has got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Now here's Payne, guarded closer. The open shot by Wade. It's Chicago with another bucket. Clippers trail by 3.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
But you can't waste time. You have to go quickly.
Jordan kicks to Redick. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 9 points for J.J. Redick.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his 4th foul of the contest. 15 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Rondo. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. It's good. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Wade making the defenders look like they're underwater when he drives it.
1 second left. That shot, no good. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Bulls out front, up by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Doc. Assess your team's performance in the first half.
Well, we wasn't scoring and we were turning the ball over. I like our pace. We just can't turn the ball over.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Dwayne Wade has been all over the floor tonight. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring opportunities. Few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far, just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
His confidence is riding high, and no one wants any part of him down there. He has really served up a commanding performance here today.
Clippers trail by 3.
The Clippers' window is closing. I mean, you look at them throughout the postseason, they've come up short a few times when we all thought they could advance a little bit more. And CP3 is aging a little bit right now.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Redick and Bamute make up the perimeter. The Dunkers, Griffin and Jordan, are the bigs. And it's Paul in at the 1. Now here's Paul. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Out to the right wing. Grant with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Lopez outside. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And Bamute with the steal. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Paul dishes to Griffin. Over in the corner, and Bamute. Paul outside. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lopez with the steal. Here's Wade. Kicks to Butler. All alone. The basket good off the assist from Wade. And it's 9 points for Butler. With the Clippers, you know that they're feeling the pressure too, Steve. It's rare to have a team with as many stars as they do and not go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, if you're a Clippers fan, though, and the Clippers organization, you need to approach it like this, one step at a time. They know they have talent to compete with anyone in this league. Sometimes you get the feeling that they are just thinking too far ahead and not focusing on the now.
Steve, I always hear you talking about your Spartans. Spartans this, Spartans that. Do you follow players more closely who enter the NBA out of Michigan State? I would think it's just natural.
No, for sure. I mean, I get
Our
a sense.
fans, they demand honesty.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I go up to Michigan State all the time, spend so much time. You got Draymond, you got Zach Randolph, Gary Harris, Adrian Payne, so many guys, Allen Anderson, so many guys in the NBA from Michigan State. It's hard not to follow, and we're a close-knit family.
That speaks to the program very well, doesn't it?
It speaks to leadership. Tom Izzo.
Yep. And the Clippers making a change here. Spates is checked in. No good on the second free throw. And with the Bulls, there's been a sense of disconnect between the front office and the coaching staff. We've read about it, we've heard about it, and the fans and the players, throw them into the mix too for quite some time. Steve, the stigma just hasn't gone away.
Something that would clear up everything if the Bulls could get back to just winning. When teams start to slide, there's a lot of finger pointing, and that's been going on in Chicago.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. The Bulls have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
J.J. Redick is a player that's very smart on the floor, very patient. Reason why he picks his spot, comes off the screen extremely hard, and when he catches it, it's lights out.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it was controversial in Chicago, but the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg to replace Tom Thibodeau. Hoiberg played for a decade in the NBA, and at Iowa State, he was the fastest coach in school history to reach 100 wins. In Chicago, guys, it seems he's loosened the reins a bit, giving the players a little more leeway to shoot with confidence and air it out offensively.
The players have responded. Thanks, David.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
The Bulls have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. And with Redick, that's what's so impressive. There are a lot of great shooters, but Steve, when you're Redick's size, you need to work harder to free yourself up and fire away.
Yeah, for JJ, it's about getting open, and it's a clinic to watch him being able to work to create space off screen and rolls without the basketball. He uses screens as well as anybody in our league.
Here's Grant following the basket by Chris Paul. Lopez outside. He feeds it to Wade. And stolen by Redick. Dishes to Mbah-a-Moute. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Honestly, I don't know how they cut into that lead with him missing so many shots.
Now here's Wade. He's got 14. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them. Chicago making a switch here. Burns checked in.
One shot.
And with the Clippers having perhaps their best team ever these last few seasons, is it just bad luck, Steve, that they haven't been able to move on and do more with their season?
Yes, there's some truth to that. When you start talking about a team with all this talent, it just really comes down to this team competes. They have stars. It just comes down for them, some unlucky breaks for them, especially on the injury side.
Now, here's Grant. He has 6. Lopez outside. He kicks it to Butler. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Butler. Lopez has got 12 now in this quarter.
Every so often, Robin Lopez will find his groove and become a big factor on offense like tonight.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
When you think of the best as far as two-way players, Jimmy Butler is one of the first names that comes to mind. Great blend of offense and defense, gives you effort on both sides of the ball every night.
We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far.
This has been the kind of showing from him that everyone wanted to see. He's not going out of his way to force much, but when the shot is there for him, he hasn't hesitated 1 second to pull the trigger. Just a great night from the floor for him.
And the Clippers have possession. 11-point game. To the middle. Lopez with the steal. Grant against Paul. From 11 feet away. That one wide left. And for Butler, his effort is something that never comes into question, Steve. He is a competitor.
You have guys that compete on the offensive end, but when you love a guy that does it at the same type rate on the defensive end, he's a two-way player, but one of the best we've seen.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Grant outside. Now the pass to Zipser. His three-pointers off the mark. Clippers trail by 11. Right side, Redick shoots the three. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Grant the pass to Zipser. Grant outside. The feed to Lopez. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Control the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
And the first one at the line is good. And Smitty, you were just starting in the league when NBA basketball games were becoming what they are today in the 90s. The popularity of the game has just increased so substantially. Was it strange to see yourself being portrayed in video games as we see now? And how did you react to it?
You know, very humbling, Kevin, to get a chance to see yourself, your name being called in the video game. But what I did like, Kevin, I was so skinny. The video game had me looking buff with muscles and everything. So I like that.
You look pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's because you're my friend.
Here's Grant following the basket by Blake Griffin. And here is Grant. 6 points for him. Crawford with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. He dishes it to Paul. Pass to Mbamute. Clock at 6. Releases. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Lopez a screen. Here's Grant. Laverne in the corner. For the three. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now here's Crawford. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Out left to the wing. Grant against Paul. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
The way CP3 knives through the defense and get these mid-range shots is remarkable. Just a genius player.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
You know what? You constantly have to be making adjustments in this league if you want to stay on your game.
Some changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Lopez. Payne comes in for Butler. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jaren Grant. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Rivers checked in. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. Fourth, the Clippers.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
There's a screen. Here's Mirotic. Buries it from three-point range. Mirotic just got 13.
Mirotic is not phased at all. Doesn't matter what you're throwing his way, he's going to top it.
17-foot shot on the way. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Outside Rondo. Feeds it to Payne. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mirotic. That three off the mark. Clippers trail by 9. Crawford kicks to Rivers. There's the screen. Pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
He is starting to feel it. Blake Griffin asking for the basketball.
The Bulls leading by 7. The dish to Mirotic. From outside, off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Passes it to Rivers. Picked by Griffin. Rivers kicks to Griffin. Rondo against Rivers. Now Rondo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kicks it to Laverne. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 3rd assist on the night. They set the pick. Here's Crawford. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The thing about setting screens, you have to be willing to sacrifice your body. It can't be half-hearted.
Rondo dishes to Mirotic. Launches a 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Crawford. Felton kicks to Mbamute. Rivers passes to Griffin. Outside for Felton. The tray. Knocks down the 3 ball. Felton has got his first 3 points of the game.
Griffin had a chance to score that one, but he saw a teammate wide open, so he kicked it to him for a nice one.
And Laverne kicks to Rondo. He feeds it to Payne. Baseline J on the way, and that's good for 2. Payne's got his 2nd basket.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
You know, that job of getting through screen is not pretty, but somebody has to do it. See, that's a solid effort on the defensive glass. You need guys who are willing to work, willing to get their hands dirty inside.
Here's Zipser. They set the pick. Doubled by Crawford. Off the pick. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Rivers. He's got 5. .127 left here in the 3rd quarter. Dishes it to Mbamute. And the shot goes in. Mbamute has got his 2nd bucket of the night. Well, with the recent struggles that the Clippers have had in the playoffs, you know, Smitty, you have to wonder if there is pressure for Doc Rivers to take this team to the conference finals.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because they have so much talent. You look at this team, if people want to know in Clipperland, can we ever get a chance to win the finals? As Doc being in the front office and coaching, it's time for them to win. Okay, that lay-in, he's tricky, but the defense was just too tight on him.
Rivers dishes to Mbamute. There's the pick. He kicks to Crawford. Jacks up a three. That one misses. So the Bulls will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Mirotic, the pass to Laverne. Here's Zipser. The pass to Laverne. Mirotic, a screen on Rivers. Here's Payne. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Payne's got 6.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
The shot's good from Griffin.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
He is still on fire. You had to figure he'd come back to earth a little bit tonight, but nope.
The third quarter comes to a close. Bulls lead by 8. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
Hey, guys, we need a run right here. Come on now. You're right there. You're right there. All right, let's go.
And sensing the need to string together more baskets, Doc Rivers giving his team a little pep talk.
Yeah, he's going after the momentum. I mean, Doc sees an opportunity here for them to put their stamp on this game.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Mirotic at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. D-Wade out there with Payne, and it's Butler in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Lopez a screen. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. No one near Felton as he lets it go, but they recover it. Rivers kicks to Jordan. Griffin inside. Mirotic is there. That shot by Griffin, no good.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
And that one, good.
And Dwayne Wade will do work on you from the mid-range if you let him.
Clippers trail by 10. Rivers with it. Outside, Redick. Some solid defense from Butler. The Bulls shooting here about 46% for the game. And here's Payne. Lopez outside. The feed to Wade. From 13, and it's Wade again missing.
See, that's a good look from within his range. You know he's kicking himself for missing it.
The offensive rebound. Second chance shot. Griffin can't get it to go in.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
That will be in his head. The next time he comes down the lane, he'll have thoughts about that one. So much sharper, so much more efficient with his shot this half. Just taking what the defense allows.
Jordan kicks to Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
Outside Butler. Now here's Wade. And it's Wade again missing.
Mix up defensively, left him wide open from mid-range. That's a shot he needs to hit.
Outside for Felton. And stolen by Mirotic. And it's Wade in the corner. Shoots from the baseline. Another miss by Wade.
And with the defense disrespecting him there, that's a shot he needs to make.
Here's Redick, and Butler sends it back.
One of the most versatile defenders we have in the league. Butler's reach also allowed him to get that block.
Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. Los Angeles calls timeout. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
Clippers trail by 10. Picked by Griffin. Right side, Redick. Felton dishes to Griffin. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Now Payne. Pass to Wade. Bulls moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Here's Butler. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Love the level of concentration by Jimmy Butler on that play.
Steve, when you watch Jimmy Butler play, you have to pay attention at all times. He can just explode on a moment's notice and completely take over a game.
I just love Jimmy Butler on the offensive end.
Mind the
He
lanes.
came into
Mind
this
the
league
lanes.
known as a defender, hard work. But when no Derrick Rose, he turned into a guy that can score the basketball and is counted on that end.
The free throw drops for Butler. Smitty, you've hit a lot of clutch shots in your career. What is it that allows certain players to remain cool and collected when their shot can decide the outcome of a game?
You know, a lot of guys talk about it. You can't let the game speed you up. And you can see some young guys and some veterans, they catch the basketball in their mind, they're starting to go faster. Really, on clutch shot, you really have to make the game slow down.
Chicago leading by 10. Here's Wade. Grant outside. Back to Wade. Baseline J on the way. And no good as it rattles out.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. We all know the struggles that DeAndre Jordan has had at the free throw line. Smitty, he just can't seem to find a consistent stroke.
Well, it's hard because teams understand when you're shooting that type of percentage, the strategy is, yes, we're going to foul DeAndre Jordan. And it'll only get better if he can make free throws. Other than that, the coaching staff has to weigh the options. Should we keep him in? Should we take him out? But if he made his free throws, that would all go away.
Paul's checked in for Raymond Felton. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Bulls have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Butler kicks to Grant. Back to Butler. To the inside, Lopez. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Jordan. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Clippers making a switch here. And Baamute's checked in. That free throw good from Lopez.
Tough. He's just so hard to keep off the foul line when he pushes the action. I love his activity here in the second half.
And the Clippers making a change here. Pass is checked in. And both free throws good for Lopez.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Redick passes to Paul. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Chicago leading by 9. Grant with the ball. Lopez outside. He dishes it to Wade. Fades back, and the shot goes down. And the Bulls lead by 11.
Boy, it seems like Wade could play into his 40s, and he'd still be making shots just like that.
Paul outside. They set the screen. Here's Griffin. Chicago grabs the miss. Portis has got rebound number 13 with that last one.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting one in the first.
That shot by Griffin, no good.
Tough to cut into a lead when you can't make shots. He's been off all period.
Grant outside. Down low. Here's Wade. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Bobby Portis, the Arkansas product. I just love his game. What he does best, he's very physical, but he has the ability to step out with a finesse game to knock down some jump shots.
And Portis has shown flashes of just how good he can be in a short time in the NBA, has the potential to be a do-it-all power forward, and how he can shoot, move, and he creates for others.
When you watch him, his body size, you say power forward. He'll be down in the paint. He loves to do that, but he has the ability, like you say, off the dribble and to create for himself, and he can knock down the jump shot.
Paul Pierce has checked in for Los Angeles. And so he makes both from the line.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
Paul kicks to Pierce. Kicks it out to Paul. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Paul Pierce. Poked loose, and it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin.
That's a tough break there. If there is any hope of making a comeback, they have got to take better care of the ball.
And the Clippers making a change here. Spates is checked in. The Bulls leading by 13. Lopez outside. Redick against Wade. The fader. The Clippers grab the miss. Griffin's got 11 rebounds in the game. Deflects the pass. Wade against Redick. Wade dishes to Lopez. Now here's Mbamute, defended by Butler.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
And that kind of tier defense is crucial to any team's success. Gotta defend the paint.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Off the inbound. Grant, that's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And here is Paul. Spates with a screen on Grant. Paul passes to Redick. Spates sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to end the drought. They get the rebound. Griffin kicks to Mbamute. No good from outside.
A shot he knows he needs to make when the defense sags off him. Still a little inconsistent from out there.
Now here's Grant. There's the pick. Inside. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Clippers trail by 15. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Outside, Redick. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Redick can't get that one to fall.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Butler kicks to Wade. The three. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Ball outside, and there's the 3-second violation.
Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Well, I don't care if you're up 50, down 50. There's no excuse for a mistake like that.
Grant outside. Feeds it to Butler. There's a screen. It's blocked, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Lopez outside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Grant, and the Bulls get it back.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game. Really good shooting night for him, doing everything he can to help his team stretch this lead.
Paul outside. Pass to Griffin. Shot to stop the run. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Butler on the wing. Steve, we're seeing less and less isolation offense these days. In your experience, who is tougher to guard, an isolation scorer or a guy who's playing off the ball and running you through a bunch of screens?
One thing about a guy running off screens, Kevin, at the end I can say, oh, I'm a little tired, I'm behind the play. Hey, switch. So I think for me, guarding a guy,
you've got him.
Isolation plays, you're on that island by yourself, you're looking around. The ISO play is the one that's harder individually.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
The opposition is just having their way with them down low, and he wants to put a stop to that.
Wade against Redick. Paul kicks to Griffin. Here's Spates. No good again that time.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
They're not on the same page. They look totally lost out there.
Here's Portis. Grant outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another 3 for Chicago.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
You know, it's been a combination of their efforts at both ends of the court. They have played a truly complete basketball game.
Griffin, good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 8th assist in the game.
I love the effort by Blake Griffin down on the block, making it look very easy.
Lopez outside. Here's Butler. Got a hand on it. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Redick dishes to Mbah a Moute. It's good from long range.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out their record tonight, it'll mark win number 32 overall.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece. And what a huge standout performance it was for Lopez.
I love what he did defensively. He was a ball of energy, and he left it all out there. His steals and his effort really sparked them. It's impossible not to step up your game when you've got a teammate working as hard as he was.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Griffin. Can't hit from 12. Now Wade. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans and